How we doing, nation? John here. So this is obviously number one, not live. I wanted to post something here this Saturday. Last Saturday, we were at urgent care. My daughter was being tested, and during the week, I mentioned this here on Patreon. I don't think I mentioned it on YouTube. Maybe I did. I don't remember. I actually went to get tested as well. And the reason this is not live, I really wanted to do a live stream tonight, but I'm coughing a lot, and I'm coughing up nasty stuff, folks. Not to be too graphic here. Let's see if I can. So I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want an hour of me hacking and coughing. The biggest reason that I went to be tested, for those that have been asking, is the cough. It was a dry cough. I was worried that it might turn into pneumonia or something. So I had to get tested in order to, for them to give me, they gave me a, I don't remember the name of it. It's a steroid pill and albuterol inhaler. So I'm doing that. It seems to be helping. I really thank y'all for the prayers, by the way. My daughter's doing much better. She really, other than sneezing every so often, she really doesn't have any other symptoms. Praise God for that. She's dealt with it a lot better than I have. Again, nagging cough, sweating all the time are really the only two things I have going on. So, believe it or not, I'm live streaming this video, and I'm live streaming it. You're not going to catch it until tonight, but I want to explain why. The patrons, folks over on Patreon, they already know. This area behind me, I have scheduled to, we got a guy that comes once a year because we got some banks going down the rabbit hole here, sorry. We got banks here, and they just, the weeds, I've bought weed killer. I cannot kill the weeds. They come back tenfold. And we got this guy that comes once a year, and he sprays the banks, and I don't know what he puts on it, but it stops it dead. And he is coming supposedly sometime this week to spray this entire area back here to get rid of the weeds. And then we're going to clear it out. We're going to turn it into a semi-permanent camping spot. So if you're a fan of Caveman James or Outlaw Prepper, I may try and get a few other friends up here as well. I'm going to be doing the gear reviews back here. I'm going to be doing some camping videos, setting tents up and things. I really want to get to a point where I'm doing videos, you know, in the middle of the winter, and I've got a twig stove burning in the background or something. I just love that kind of stuff. So that's the dream back here. The reason I'm bringing this up is the Premier crowd already knows this, but YouTube, the Big G, they have been harassing me all week. Like, I already don't feel great. And then I woke up at the beginning of the week. Premiere was set up like it normally is, and what they've been doing is they've been booting everybody out like 2 minutes before the premiere starts. And the problem with this is, for the people that are in the premiere, it sucks, because I don't know how to explain it. If you've never been into one of the premieres before, it's almost like a family feel in there now. It's got that vibe. Everybody knows everybody, and people are talking back and forth every day, and they're checking on each other. And that's what I don't want to lose. Okay, so yes, it's burying the videos, and yes, the only way to get the videos up is to thumbs up and subscribe and all. I don't really care about the money. But what I do care about is the people that may be out there, may be on their own, and have nobody else to talk to. And now the Big G is trying to take that away. And the reason I'm mentioning that, I've been battling with it all week. I've heard rumors, I don't know this for sure, I've heard that there are a handful of other creators dealing with the same thing when it comes to premieres. So it could be an algorithm, they could be nailing me on purpose, it could be a glitch, I don't know, folks. It's one of those things where I don't want to email them and say, hey, why is this happening? Because then it brings even more of the Big G's eyeballs over to this channel, and I don't want to do it. So what I'm going to end up doing, I think, once the COVID is over, once I'm done with the C-19, praise God for that again, and once I'm able to get out to like Lowe's and Home Depot and get the stuff I'm going to need for back here, I think that Monday through Friday morning, I'm going to be live streaming for 30 minutes back here, roughly where I'm at now. It's going to be a little further into the woods and things. Just so number one, so people can communicate back and forth. Okay. Because I don't want them to have that taken away from them. That's the part that breaks my heart, honestly. If you're out there and you're alone, you're welcome to email me. But again, it's not the same as us talking back and forth in real time. And number two, as I was explaining to the patrons this morning, this channel is roughly 1 year old now. I don't know when our anniversary is exactly, but we got to be getting there. Get off here, son. And, excuse me. And we started outside, very crude, just a camera hanging up or whatever. And we were out here in this area. And so I would really like to get to the point where we're doing most of the videos out here, because this is where it started. I don't like to do videos from my desk, believe it or not. The history videos I do, it's just easier. So who knows? I don't know. We're going to have to switch things up a little bit if the G don't lay off of us here. I don't know what else to do, but I wanted to explain that to you folks this evening. Somebody left, I'm going to go over a couple of comments. Paul, I remember Paul leaving this comment. He said, why don't we just switch over to Rumble or something like that? And I haven't had a chance to go in and reply to him text-wise, but I did see that, Paul. We do have a Rumble. We do have a BitChute. We promoted the snot out of both of them for a couple of weeks, and not many people jumped over. So Patreon, and Patreon's really the backup option here, because there are quite a few people over there. If we go to Rumble or we go to BitChute, we're going to lose a vast majority of the crowd here on the Big G, and they know that. I think that's why the harassment's coming. They know we can't just pick up all of our toys and go somewhere else, because a lot of people at that point wouldn't be able to find us, unfortunately. So it's not that I'm ignoring you folks when you're saying, Rumble, BitChute. It's that we already have that stuff. And, again, not for whatever reason, not a lot of people made that jump. Also, I think on Rumble, I do have the ability to live stream, but there's no live chat. So it would kind of defeat the purpose there. So there's that. And then somebody left a comment to the video this morning, when I'm asking what can we do, and they said we can turn back to God. I think that is an excellent comment. I think that is, there's all kinds of stuff wrong with our country, right? Tons. Tons. A lot of it, I believe, again, is a controlled demolition. I think we've got so much corruption, and bureaucrats are just doing a lot of this stuff on purpose. But the average American needs to turn back to God. That's really the only way we take this country back peacefully. I'm always saying, the time to do it peacefully is over. The time to do it peacefully is over. I'm sweating, good Lord. But if we can get enough people to turn back to God, and I understand, separation of church and state, but I'm talking about at home, values. I don't know. I'm getting older, I can tell. I'm always telling y'all I'm getting older, son. But I am getting older, because I see the values parents are putting on their kids now. And I see the values that my mom, God bless her soul, put on us. And they're totally different. And I'm glad that she taught us, about the Bible. I'm glad she taught us manners and respect and things like that. You just don't have it today. And I think introducing people to the gospel that are interested, don't beat them over the head with it, folks. But sometimes the best way to do things is to be joyful, and be joyful to the point where people begin to wonder why you're so joyful. And sometimes that can start the conversation. And again, I know that religion's not for everybody, For the non-religious, you know, I hear y'all in the comments. You're saying we need to reset back to the Constitution the way it was, and I totally get that, and I agree with you. But unfortunately, the people that need to make that happen on Capitol Hill, they are corrupt. They're not going to do it. They're too busy lining their own pockets. And so, I don't know. The country's a mess. You folks have been asking all week, you know, what do you need to concentrate on prepping wise? Okay, so I'm going to give you my top 5 things that I would be prepping right now. Number 1 would be food. A lot of preppers will say water, and rightfully so. You need water for pretty much everything, okay? It's extremely important, but I put food number 1 because you need calories, okay? Water falls from the sky. Lasagna does not fall from the sky. So get your food first. That's my theory, at least, to each their own. Number 2, of course, water. Number 3, medications. My mother-in-law actually did a Walmart pickup for us because, again, we're on quarantine for 10 days. And she did yesterday did a Walmart pickup, and they were missing 5 or 6 different things, but one of the things was children's Tylenol. And luckily we had some here. Otherwise, I don't know what we would have done. So, I mean, that's pretty scary. Number 3, make sure you have plenty of medicines over the counter. Number 4, I would start concentrating on gear. If you're going to bunker in, if that's your plan, that would be home defense. That would be night lock systems. That would be making sure that your windows lock properly. Make sure that you have, you know, flashlights and radios and fire extinguishers, things you would need in the home, okay? If you're gonna be bugging out, that's the part, number 4, where you start looking at really good gear. Tents, I highly recommend a snug pack. Those tents are awesome. You folks know I work with BattleBox. They also have, I don't remember the name. It looks like a teepee. It's really easy to set up, but it's only a 2-person tent. So, you know, it's very durable. It's made well, but again, it's only a 2-person tent. I think it runs $100. So that's something to look into as well. Just gear, folks. Bug out bags, canteens. Make sure you have all of the bug out gear that you're going to need. Focus on that. And then let me see, food, water. Number 5, protection. You got to have protection. Highly encourage you folks, boomsticks. I know some people can't have them for whatever reason, or don't want them, or feel intimidated. If you are scared to death of a boomstick, I would not encourage you to rush out and get a boomstick unless you're willing to take the training and get familiar with the weapon, okay? But for you, there are other options, okay? Look into good, very good EDC knives. Look into wasp spray, bear spray. I think there's a shortage on bear spray right now, but wasp spray I have seen right before the quarantine. It was everywhere here. Airsoft. Some people have mentioned the airsofts. The top shelf airsofts are really, really good. They're like a step down from a .22 pistol, actually, in some cases. Crossbows, things like this, and bolts, good bolts. Just have something to protect what you have, okay? Those are the 5 things that I would concentrate on. Again, food, water, over-the-counter medicines, gear to lock your home down with or to bug out, and protection, self-protection. Focus on those right now, and just continue to pray. Continue to pray, folks. This mess that they got going on, the Big G here at Prepper Nation, I will figure a way out of that. I'll figure out a workaround. I always do. To me, it's a challenge. It sucks that it hit while I'm sick with the C-19, but it is what it is. If they're going to play games, they're going to play games, and they're going to get outgamed in the end. So, folks, we do have a backup channel. We do history over there sometimes, but the link is down below to that channel, just in case they would just totally come after us on this channel. I don't know why they pick on us. I really don't. Outside of the Alaska Prepper is awesome. Outside of his channel, we really are one of the more peaceful channels. You know, I don't believe in hate. I don't practice hate. I don't want people to hate. I want people to have hope. And I don't know why they come after this channel the way they do, but for whatever reason they do. And I'm a firm believer that about a year ago, again, the anniversary, right? About a year ago, God opened this door for me, and for us, not just me, for us to come together and to be able to talk. And I talk to a lot of people that are scared out of their mind. I talk to a lot of people that are brand new. I talk to a lot of people that are more advanced than I am. Obviously, I'm not like King Prepper over here or anything, but you know, we'll be here. We're not going anywhere, folks. So just continue to prep, continue to pray for the country, and from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry about all of the hoops that the Big G has been making us jump through here lately. They're not going to apologize to you, but I'm going to apologize to you. And again, we may have to change the format up and stuff like that, but just let me know in the comments what you folks would like to see here at Prepper Nation, okay? Because it's our channel, and I'll try my very best to make sure it happens, okay? But I'm going to go rest now. I appreciate everybody checking this video out that did. Thank y'all, and have a blessed night.